Hello guys, just finishing up getting set up here. I was doing this and some people seemed interested in it, so I'm just going to stream it, but just working on finishing up the last couple things I need to put in this for the get the video going. It's kind of impromptu start, so I'm just going to quickly put in all my tags and everything, get the message sent out for anybody who wants to watch. So I'm just going to I'm working on Seven Nation Army on the whistles, and I did the riff, and now I'm looking to do the whole song, which is going to be a big pain in the ass. So, figured you guys might like to watch me suffer. So let's just doing a couple more things, and I'll be ready here. Gotta fix Twitch as well. So just bear with me as I get this set up. Where are we at here for tags? Tags, why do you disappear on me, tags? There you are. All right, good. So that should be all set up. Let me just get a link for stream ping, so those guys get their stream ping as they've requested. Okay, get your link, do this. All right, let's ping all those guys who may be interested here. All right, so that's let me just quickly fix Twitch here. I'll go switch this over so you can see where I'm at so far. It's pretty much the same thing I'm at. Yeah, let's just fix Twitch really quickly so everybody on Twitch knows what the hell I'm doing. All right, there we go. Let's see. That should be good. All right, good. So Twitch is also set up. Let me get the chat up. This is kind of impromptu last second, so just kind of getting ready now. All right, good. So should be good now. Let's see. Display caps off, game captures on, and bingo. All right, nice. So how's it going there, Emery? I do put career builds up in the workshop when they get done. I know. I got it from an app. I've been doing other stuff. Played some Tarkov for a little bit. All right, so let's save this really quick, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. So this is going to be full Seven Nation Army. So Seven Nation Army full. So I got the riff done, and I want to put the full song on this. So I'll play the riff here on this one. So what I'm doing now is timing. So essentially I'm using my stopwatch, and I'm doing tenths of a second so I can count them out precisely. And so what it's going to do is it's going to count down from however many seconds long the song is times 10. So it's going to count down in tenths of a second, and that way I can tune the notes pretty precisely. How's it going there, Alistair? And so we're just waiting for the steam pressure to build up so you can listen to it. So, you know, I need to go through it. I figure I'm going to need 28 whole notes, and then I think I need like 3-4 sharps. So what I'm doing, oh, the sharps are going to be a pain in the ass at 4. Crap. Let me see if I can do 5. 28, see, 150. Let's do 28 times 5. Ooh, that will work. All right, so, yeah, we'll do 28 times 5. So I've got about 28 whole notes, and then I have some sharps. And so what I'm going to do is to go from low to high, I only have 150. Ooh, 150. Do I have 150? No, I have 100. Shit, that's not gonna work. 28. 84, and then okay, we'll have to do them in threes. So here, anyway, this is the riff. All right, so pretty simple how I end up doing this. This makes it really configurable, so I can do whatever I want. So I come in here and I've got as soon as I jump on the helm, it turns it on, and then we have a timer, and it's set to seconds, and I'm doing tenths of seconds so that I can get within a tenth of a second accuracy. And then it goes through. So every time it ticks over a tenth of a second, it resets the timer. So it constantly just counts down tenth of a second, tenth of a second, tenth of a second, which then pulses an up-down counter. So what I do is go the total number of seconds times 10. So be 4.1 seconds for the total for the whole riff. Or add the 13 to it as well. And so then I can tune each note as long as it needs to be because I'm doing tenths of seconds. And then the second range is, so for example, this is a long note. So it has 10 tenths of a second, so a second. This one has 3 tenths of a second, and then it will play the notes. So pretty simple. That's what this is going to do. Let me just grab this real quick. All right, so we're going to do the 28 notes. I already have that in there. Good. All right, so 28 whole notes. So what we're going to do here is I got to restart this. So it's 50, 53. And so we're going to go up by 3 each one. So 56, 59, 59 right there, 59, 62, 65, 68, 71, 74, 77, and then we have 80, and then we have 83, and then we have 86, and we have 89. I'm going to do the half notes for the sharps. 89 later. 92. Okay. 92, and then we have 95, 98, 101, 104, 107, 110, 113, 116, 119, 122, 125, and 128. All right. So those are all the whole notes. We have a couple half notes, a couple flats that are coming in, or sharps, I can't remember, that are coming in up here. So we'll have to put those in later. But let's see. I could type out the notes. That might be easier. Let's do that. Let's do indicator. No, let's do paint. Let's see, paintable indicators. This will be cool too to do it this way. Bring up my song itself. So we're starting at, let's see, we're going as low as, I have to check the song here to make sure. Hopefully it doesn't demonetize us playing this, but I think it gets as low as an low A note, so. No, low B. Okay, low B. So this is going to be a B to start with. So let's just go. All right, so there's our B. That's going to be a C. C. D, E, F. No, C. B, C. Oh, Jesus. C, D, E. I'm going to do this here instead. This is going to take me forever to do it this way. Let's go like this. trying to just duplicate them once so that I can kind of make it easier. So there's B. All right, let's count them out. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So the next blue one's another B. Okay. There's the next B. All right, and then it's going to be C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay. Let me just do it again because I probably screwed it up. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Perfect. Okay. So there's another B. And then I'll be able to, once I grab a whole string, I'm going to then, I can duplicate the whole string. So this is just kind of, these will light up too. So it'll be just easier for me to configure these once they get done. So a little tedious to do this, but I think overall it's going to help me find the notes when I need to plug them in. So that's why I'm kind of doing it this way. All right, let's just do that. You're going to be difficult, huh? You're going to be difficult painting. All right, there's C. Copy that. Okay. I'll just do one set and copy them after that. Okay. All right, get black. Oh shit. Black. There we go. Okay, there's a D. Grab the right color again. E. F. Let's see. We have anything that's near G, probably the C, I'd say. Okay. And then A's a pain in the ass anyways, so we'll do A. All right, let me get some musica going up here. Background. There we go, a little background music there while I work. All right, and so that's the those are the notes there. All right, good. So that's going to be, these can light up too, but this is going to be a hell of a lot easier to set this up using the actual notes, I think. That's why I'm kind of doing this. How's it going? I said hi to Alistair. How are you? The duck in supremacy. Oh, that's interesting to the topic. All right, so let's go ahead and let's work on this. So I'll work on the flats later. Let's grab. So I'm just going to kind of go through this. This has good pacing on it, so I don't want to play the actual music while I do this. All right, so let's actually set some stuff up first. So pretty much what I know is the song here will start at 5 seconds. Is the first note is at 5 seconds. So right there is 5 seconds, and then the end of the song is 2:46. So right there is 2:46. So we'll do 2:47 minus 5, so 2:42. So 242, or 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So 42 plus 120 gives us, oh Jesus, 42 plus 120, 162. So that's going to be 162 is the length of the whole shabazz. So 162. So what we'll do is we'll go in here. I think I already put it in here. But it's going to be 162. So 162, and then we're going to multiply it by 10. So 1620, and I'm going to go -1 just to give me an extra space. All right, so what again, we're going to start it up. It's going to count down in tenths of a second, and that's going to allow me to set the length of the each note pretty well. So this panel's going to grow. I need 28 and change, so let's expect 30 something here. So let's expect 30. So let's go. And then I think we'll just repeat them out. So what we'll do here is I will kind of start over again on this. All right. So what am I starting on? I'm starting on... So we're starting at a B, and we're pretty much ending at an A. Okay. So just short of the next B. So we have, essentially, let me see how many we have. How many sets here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have four sets there. All right. And then let's go back a second here. So let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I can put them here. All right, good. All right, so this is going to be, we're starting to be B1. Okay. Output. And this is going to be C1 output, D1 output, E, F, One, 2, 3, 4, 6. That dicks me. Shit. That kind of dicks me. It'll work, but it's just gonna be ugly. All right. That's fine. All right, this is going to be B2, C2, D2, E2, F2. G2, A2, we have A1, right? A1, yep. A2, B3, C3, D3, E3. F3, G3, A3, B3, nope, B4, B4, or not to B4, C4, D4, E4, F4, G4, and I think we're ending on G, right? Let me see. Are we ending on G? A. We're ending on G. That's just a spare A. All right, so we're ending on a G, so we can work with that for now. Let's start hooking these up. All right. Let's flip this like that. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. I should be doubling them up here. There we go. Let's do that. All right, and then where are we starting on there? That right there. Okay. Oh, come on. It's getting tedious here. Let's get that going. That's why I called this my torment, because I knew this was going to be pain to hook up, and it's not going to be that bad once we get working on the song, but it's going to be a little bit of a... Setting it up right is important. Counting them out is important. And once we kind of get rolling, it's not going to be too bad, I don't think. Because the riff took seconds to build. It was getting the logic, just kind of how I wanted to set it up. You know, how much timing was going to be appropriate, and then setting it up isn't too bad. So what did I miss here? Okay, I didn't. Okay, that's just a spare. All right, so that's plugged in. All right, nice. So that is plugged in. Should be good to kind of go here. All right, and then we have an absolute buttload over here. So I need to... The nice thing is that the duplicating notes aren't too bad. So we'll end up setting up booleans for duplicating notes, but let's start working these out here. Catch up with chat in a second, guys. We're just making good progress here, so I don't want to get too distracted with talking to chat. We'll get moving here in a second. All right, so for those who may have just joined, essentially what I'm doing is I've got a counter. It's gonna, when we start, it's gonna count down. So I have the entire song length times 10. So it's gonna count down in tenths of a second, so that we can go to that level of accuracy with how short or long the notes are. And I'm just kind of winging it off of this song that I found on the YouTubes, because it gives me the rates pretty well. All right, good. So that's all the notes that we have. All right, I'm just going to pretty much, we'll kill all that, and we'll start fresh. So this is going to count down from 1620. Why? Whoops, 1660, 1620. Okay. So this is going to count down from 1620. And it's going to go all the way down to -1. That's when it's going to reset. And so we'll set this as -1 for the reset. So we'll repeat the song, and it will repeat the song until we shut the button off, essentially. And so now what we need to do is we need to look at the song. So let's see where I put it. Where the hell did I put the song? I have so many windows open right now. Okay. So here it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So I've got the audio off so that it doesn't screw with my video here. So let's go to 5 seconds. And so it's pretty much, I have a 1 second hold on the E. We'll do 1 second hold, gap. Let's see, gap a tenth, and then do 3 tenths. Gap a tenth, 3 tenths. I don't know. We'll see what the gap is. I would say a tenth, 3 tenths. This one's a little bit bigger gap, so we'll do it note by note. So pretty much we can back it up. So we'll say that's a tenth gap. That's 3 tenths there, and this is 10 tenths. So okay. So that will work. So all right. So the first one here is going to be threshold gate. So we're starting at 1620. So from 1620, and that's going to be a full 10 seconds. or full second, which is 10/10 of a second. So 16/10. It should be the other way. 16/20, 16/10. All right, and so that's gonna light up the first note, which I need to find now. So where's that gonna be? That is. Let's bring it back up. All right, so that is gonna be E, and that is the second E, so E2. So that's why I've got these numbered so meticulously, is this is where it's going to become a pain in the ass if I don't do this correctly. So E2 is going to be the first note there. All right, so let's look at the song. So then we're gonna do a 10th gap and then E2 again. All right. So grab a Boolean. Let's just grab the big Boolean because who knows, we're going to probably need it. So this is going to be X or Y or Z or W or A or B or C or D. Okay, good. So this is going to be the first one. So this E here I know has a ton. So that's our main E. So that's going to be off this threshold here. Then we're going to wait a 10th and we're going to hit it again. So this is counting 1/10. So what we want to do is we want to go from 1600. All right, and then that's going to skip the 10th, and then we want 3/10. So we're going to drop 30 up that, so 1570. And so that'll be the 3/10 that we need for the actual sounding of the note. All right, let's see if the music's a little bit loud here. All right, so then we have, it looks like same 10th gap and then full on the G. So we're going to be skipping to G2. All right, good. So next one is G2. Where's G2? G2 is right here. All right, so G2. Like a G2, like a G2. All right. Let's go ahead, and so we want to do a 10th gap off of this. So that is going to be 1560. And then we want to do 3/10 off that, so 1530. That will go to there. All right, for now, I'm just going to slide it up so I can see. All right, that's G2. And then if we go back to the song, it looks like we skip full 3/10. So we're going to skip a 3/10 on that one. Let me actually look at the note too. That would be helpful. It's E again, so I'm pretty sure it's E again. Let me just look one more time here. Yep, so that's the same E2, and then we're skipping a full 3/10 and then a 3/10 play. So we'll be skipping 3/10 and then a 3/10 play. So it'll be 1530 minus 3/10, so it'll be 1500, and then it'll be 1470. Okay. So this is where it gets. We gotta be careful. Don't dick this up. It'll be a pain to fix it. Okay, good. So that is set up. I can always like go negative. I had to do this in the riff where I didn't have enough numbers. It's easy. We can just go negative as far as we need to go. So I can just keep adding time if I need to. So it's not a big deal. If I miscount, I don't have to start over. I just count this down even further. All right, good. So we've got the next E in and done. So we've got this E done. We're going to skip a 10th, and then we're going... Is that a 10th? I would say that's a 10th. Skip a 10th, play 3/10. Okay. Skip a 10th, play 3/10. Okay. All right, so we will skip a 10th. So it'll be 1460, and then we'll be 3/10, so 1430. And that is what note here? Let's check it. So that's going to be a D, and so that will be, what, D2? D2. All right, so that's D2. And problem is these riffs repeat quite a bit, so we have to kind of... It's gonna get nasty here in a little bit, so that's a D2. All right, and this can step off as far as we need to, so. All right, so that's D2 done. All right, then we're gonna skip a tenth and go to C3. No. Yeah, C2. Skip a tenth, C2. Skip a tenth, C2. All right. All right, so it'll be 1420. And then this one's this is a long note, so this is gonna be 10 off, so that's 1410. All right. Let me just check this one. No, shit, I screwed up some of the math. Sorry, guys, I gotta fix this. Oh, I screwed up some math. Piss. Yeah, I screwed up some of this. That's gonna play for 3 seconds. It shouldn't be playing for 3 seconds. All right, that's 10th. That's okay. That's 1 second. This is gonna be. That's a problem there. It should have been 1 off. Shit, I screwed up my numbers here. It's gonna be a mess. All right, so skip a tenth, and then this is gonna be down. This one only plays for 1 second, so it's gonna be 1590. All right. Skip a tenth, I believe. Yep, skip a tenth, so 1590 is gonna be 1580. Oh shit, we're really in trouble here. I think. Hopefully I can fix this. Oh, I screwed this up here. Let's back up a couple. Nope, I can't do that. All right, let's go through it again. It won't take that long to fix it. I just got to make sure I'm counting correctly here. All right. All right, so we got the full E, E, G. Okay, let's do that again. All right, so full E is going to be, where are we starting here? So 1620 is our start. So this is the first one. So we'll do 1620. And then this one's for the full 10 second, or for the full second, or 10 tenths of a second. That's right there. Okay, then we have skip a bar, E again. So we'll skip a tenth. So it will be 1600 down to 1590. So this is right. 1590, that's correct. So EE, 10th G. All right, 10th G. All right, good. So 10th G. So we're down to 1590. Skip a tenth. So it'll be a 15. Oh Christ, I'm not counting the tenths right. Sorry guys, my brain's going to mush here. That's good. All right, then this one should be. I should be skipping 1/10 is the problem. All right, let's see. Skipping a tenth off this, so that's good. That's good, and then we want to go just to 1589, and then we want to go 3 off of that, so that'd be 1586. 1586. Okay, good. I'm back on track now. All right, E, and then we want to skip and go to G, so it'd be 1586 minus 1, so 1585, and then we want to do 3 off that, so 1582 for our G. G, okay, good. So we're past G. Nice. All right, we're at G, so I'm on track now. I'm just trying to get the math right. All right, I want to skip 3 tenths and then play for 3 tenths E again. So skip and then play 3 tenths of an E again. All right, so this will be, we'll skip 3. So 1582 minus 3, so 1579. And then 1576. We'll play the E again. All right, we're on track here. All right, so we've got this E played. Skip a tenth, play for 3 tenths for the D. Where's D? Right there. Okay, so we are at 1576. So we want to skip to 1575. And then we want to play for 3, so 1572. All right, good. We're on track now. So we've got that part of the riff done. The nice thing is the riff repeats. So every time the riff repeats, I can run through these again. So that's going to be helpful. All right, let's go ahead and... What am I looking at next? All right, the next part of the song. All right, so we're going up to the C here. All right, so we've got a skip a tenth. We'll say skip a full 3/10, and then we want to do a second C. All right, so where are we at here? We're on, so what's our low ball here? This one? Nope, this one here. We're up to the D. Okay, D. So we need to skip 3. So 1572. 1572 minus 3 is 1569. 1569, and then we're playing this for a full 10, so 1559. All right, so that is going to be the C, and that should be the same C. We're on C2, I believe. That's C2, okay. C2, right here, C2. C2, okay, there we go. All right, so that's C2 there. And then we need to, we'll check timing again. All right, we're going to skip, we'll say 2/10 and then do a second long B, maybe 9th. Yeah, we'll skip 2 and then do a 9th on the B. All right. So we'll skip 2. So we want to go 7, 1, 5, 5, 7, and then we want to go for 9 off of that. So it'll be 1548. Okay. And this will be B2. And we'll see how many times we repeat. This is the riff over here, so the riff likes to repeat. All right, so that's all right. So we're walking through here, and we'll do a quick test on it, but that's looking pretty good so far. So we're up through this B here, and then we repeat the riff. So we'll go through that again. Let me see where we're at here. Yeah, so that's repeating the riff. The riff repeats like 12 freaking times. All right, let's go and let's update this. And we'll play it real quick. I need to hook it up to Steam, of course. Let's do that so we can actually play it, but let us do that. Let's just do underground here. We'll do it in the floor. That's the nice thing with the blocks not rotating anymore. They're going to be off-centered if I do it this way anyway, so whatever. Why am I doing it like this? That's stupid. What am I doing here? It's late. Let's do this. Okay. There we go. We'll tee them up. Okay, good. All right, we'll get a Steam system going here so that I can run this, and that'll at least be the start. That'll be the riff right there. All right, and let's get this going. So let's do we'll do an electric furnace. Okay. Let's see which one that is. Out. Okay, that's out. This will be in. Boiler. Okay, nice. Let's see where we're at here. Coolant A, coolant B, that's fine. We got steam up, perfect. That's on the right side, excellent. We up one, we're up one, okay. So this will tie in you can tie this into any steam system that you do. Yeah, so for me, I want to put this on Tethys so that we can do steam whistle songs as we're operating that. It'd be kind of fun. And I was thinking of making like a driving organ, which would be kind of cool to play songs while we're moving. Be kind of a fun little build. I think I'll clean this, keep this close to the ground here. All right, and then let's see, that is water in. All right. So we'll just give this a quick run. We'll run it out of steam, but I'm gonna end up putting it through a condenser probably anyways, so. Let's actually separate that really quickly. Get this up to temp first, because I don't want to blow out the steam right off the bat, so we'll do that for now. All right. Input electricity's on. All right, good, good. So we'll go start this up. All right, I'll check chat in a second, guys. Just, all right, well, got a good break time now while this is running, so. How's it going, Emery? I said hi to Emery. I said hi to Alistair. Yeah, I can't add the accent notes. What I'm gonna do is I'm doing three three gap per each note. So what I'm gonna be able to do is the flats are gonna be one off. So it'll be in between the two notes. So should be able to get it reasonably close. So I should be able to do it. There'll be one off. I'm doing all of it. How's it going there, Kev? What's up? What's your question? Let's get this heated up. All right, pressure's coming up. So we should be able to play the riff here. All right. Theoretically. Yeah, it blew through steam really fast. Yep, that blew through the steam really fast. So we'll store it up. I have the other system that recycles, so we need to recycle it, but it's running so far. So, all right, let's go through. We got to recycle some steam here. So let's just actually, I'll just put in a gravity water system. That should help. I might try something too with this. Let's see if I can get a real banger of a water influx. Let's go. Mana. Let's do that. And then I want to try something here. Let's go down one more. No, what do I want? Fluid port. What am I doing? Okay. Jesus, Nazareth. Let's see. That goes up top. All right, let's see if we can get a little more sustained steam out of this. That's okay. Yeah, I'm not a dev, so I've got no control over that. If I had control over it, there would be the game would be much more intricate and a pain in the ass. I make a bunch of stuff that's a pain in the ass. I did. Yep, I set it fresh water. Yeah. Yeah, fresh water. I didn't hook this pump up. I'm trying to do an air pull on this. Yeah, that is set to fresh water. So. The problem is they're pretty close now. On the riff, I was able to put them about 10% apart. But the thing of it is, this runs off of like 32 notes for the whole song. So because it's got like 32 notes, I need to spread them this much. So it's some of the notes are going to sound pretty close with the whistles, only 3% different. But I don't have enough range to really do more than that. You know, I'm up to like 90%. On that, and I only have 100% to work with, so. And then if I want to speed the song up, I just change the rate of the tick of the counter, and then I can actually speed the song up if I wanted to pretty easily. All right, so now we're able to push in more water. This is going to blow the air out. That should be keeping the pressure reasonable so that air flows a little bit better in there. Get up to 2.5 and then we'll run it. All right, let's run it. All right, then it's going to play the rest of the song. So I'll show everybody the what I did so far. So this is Seven Nation Army full. So this is the just the riff. I've got the riff done. So this will probably go on Tethy's till I get the full song done. The full song is going to be me working on and off on it. So like this here is the... Oh, that's the wrong one. We got this running. This is just the main riff here, and so they're a good 10% apart. So you can kind of hear the note differences a little bit. But in the full song, it goes... in the full song, it's like I said, it's going across 32 notes. So I just need... some really fine differences between them. Do the Interstellar Docking song would be kind of cool, but that's not a miserable song to look at. That one would take me forever to tune up. So like this is, well, it was fully recycled. I should just run it through the pistons. Should just run it through the pistons and recycle it. So the other one's going to be fully recycled too. It's going to go off of my regular steam system. So I could put a variable valve on there that only lets a certain amount of steam pressure go to the whistles, but we'll see. Yep, speed's the name of the game. The final countdown. All right, so we're up to pressure. So this is the riff. I've got this done. All right, so that is the riff. All right, so we got a good portion of this done so far. Let's keep working. kind of want to, let's see. Let's go, mana. It's going to be kind of nice lighten up the letters as to see it move. It would be kind of cool. It just had a terrible idea too, is put in fireworks on, put in flares on Tethys so that I can do fireworks. I used to play roller coaster. There was one of the roller coaster tycoon games. I had the coolest ever. This was way decades before I made any videos, but oh, it was cool. There was like, I used to love to do the park editor, and I had like the super cool coaster that it was supposed to be a time machine. And so I was like in the editor making this, and so what you would do is you'd start in present day, and then you would go through, all of the different, you go through like back to ancient Egypt, through ancient Rome, through to, up into Mars in the future. It was so cool. And it was, and so like you go on underground and it'd have time warp. Well, like that game was super cool because you could like trigger rock slides and waterfalls and fireworks and music as you were going through certain sections. And it was such a cool thing because like every time the coaster would go underground, that was the time warp. And it would like time warp you. And then you'd be in another time, and it was kind of cool. And then you'd come back to the beginning. I thought that would be a super cool, oh shoot, devil, for the for like a real coaster would be kind of cool. All right, so this would be kind of nice to have these letters light up. But this would be a good little side project. I just, I was working on this and figured some people might be interested in this, and then I might start working on the mining equipment if I keep playing tonight. Probably won't stay on for too long, but I took a nap at like 10 p.m., so that's doesn't bode well for me falling asleep very quick. So it's kind of cool that these will light up too, so that you can kind of see the note progressions on this. Probably should have done this before I moved them all, but c'est la vie. Let's do the next part of the song before I test it out, because I have to turn on the furnace every time I test it. So we've got the riff done essentially. All right, so we've got the B here. And so we'll move on to, so this is going to be full 3 seconds back to the E. And then the nice thing is I can kind of hopefully set these up. I was trying to think if it was, yeah, I'm not going to bother doing it like that. I'll do it a full countdown. It's going to take a little bit more work, but it'll be more precise. All right, so then what we want to do here is we'll do a full 3/10 count for the next set. So we need to find the lowest, where's our last note was B. Okay, so B here. All right, so the high B, it's a 48. We're going to subtract off 3, so 15:45. And then this is a full 10 count, so it's 15:35. All right. And I'm going to get, so what I'm going to do is we're going to line, what I can do is do this. Where's the E? Let's grab this. Okay. And so I'll use this as my guide. So which one's the E? I should have friggin' checked this before. Oh dear, line it up like this. I'll find the E. All right, so here's E1 again. So that's going to be those numbers. So 15:45, 15:45. to 1535. Okay. So that's going to be this one here, and then it's E, E. So it's going to be this E here. So what do we, I think it's a 10th off, so be 1520, no, 1534. No, skipping a 10th. So 1533. 1533. What the Christ am I? What the fuck am I doing here? Why am I so confused? Very confused here. How did I... Okay, that's right. Okay, that's right. All right, we're fine here. Let's go back. All right. So I need to line this up to do this right. Okay. These riffs repeat and repeat and repeat. There's probably an easier way to do it, but this is just trying to get more precise here. All right, so that is correct. That's going from here to there. That's going to be for a full 10, or full 10th of a second. So 10/10 of a second, or 1 second. And then we hit the E again. So we're only skipping 1. So it's going to be... All right, right there. So 1535. So it'll be 1533. This one's only going for 3/10, so 1530. Okay, good. That's 1530. All right, 1530. And then where do we go from there? Let me look at the music. It's going to be easier to figure it out. G. Okay. So we're going back to G. Where's the G? G is here. So G is this one here. All right, so and that's going to skip. What am I skipping on that one usually? That one is skipping. What did I skip on that? This one up above it. Try to get them the same. It's being annoying. 5. Okay. Skip 5. So 1525. And then this one's just 3 off, 1522. All right, so that's pretty much, what are we down? We're down, so it'd be 80 minus 20. So we're 60 off. So let's see if I can drop these all by 60. And that should hopefully get us where we need to be. Hopefully. Why are these different than... Oh, because I put a gap in, so that's fine. That could step off 60. All right, so this one's going to be 14.99. And this one's going to be 09. And then this is the low man. What is that? How did that get fucked up that bad? Because I added a number, added a 1 to it. Okay. All right, and then this one's going to drop 60. So that one's 14.97. How do I keep adding this 1 in there? I don't even see myself doing it. So it'll be 20 off, so that'll be 88. All right, so that's the next riff dialed in. So what I think I'm going to do is this. I think I'm going to do this. I'm trying to like think about what's going to make this easier as we go on. And so what I'll do is this set here is going to own to this. And then what I'll do is I will copy one of these. And then this one here goes here. So we plug it into another bool like so. And then as the chords, as the choruses repeat and whatnot, we'll be good to go through that. Yeah, and then they'll step down. So that'll work to do that. So let's actually just do this. All right, and we should be able to take the top one here, put it there. Okay. And then this next one here will go there. And then this one here will go there. And then we have this one here. Goes there. And then where are we at? This one here. This one here. Goes there. Okay, good. All right, so now we gotta follow these in a plug into here. All right, so it's gonna be... Okay, and then these are all my E's right there. So the next three are E's, which is the close one. Okay, those are all my E's, and then this one is there. All right. So that should be 2 repeats. Try to line this up here. Why is that one funky Cole Medina? Because this one, I've got this one stepped off incorrectly. There we go. Okay, what the fuck? That one needs step down. Okay. All right, now that looks good. All right. It's gonna be a long Johnny once we get it all put together, but that's all right. How did this get wonkified? How'd this get wonkified? I want to know that. That's supposed to be the E's. Oh, Jesus. Stop. Let go, you scumbag. All right. That's the E? That's not a G. How did my E's get fucked up? All right, these got swapped. This is supposed to be my E's right here. And so this is supposed to be the E's right there. This should be my E. All right, that's not too bad to fix. This is supposed to be my, I believe that's my G. Is it? Yeah, my G2 there. Like a G2, like a G2. All right. All right, so I think that's there. Clean this up just a hair. I know it was gonna be a pain in the ass when I started doing it, but all right, good. So let's go play this. It'll be cool when it gets done, but it's kind of fun when I like need a little project on the side. I can go to the next set of stuff, you know. Go to the next part of the song, keep working. Hopefully you're not having to hear me glurp too much. Gulp, whatever you call it. Here we go, get building pressure. Right. All right, so that looks good, except the first one screws up. See, that plays the G is wrong. The rest of it looks good. All right, so I probably know what's wrong with it. So, let's fix that. So it's one of these. This is it right here. This should not be going there. The G here should be going there. So that's what screwed up. That's what screwed up there. All right, so this is good too. I like seeing the notes because I can kind of look at how long the notes played for and know if it's working right. So like I could play it right now too before, but we can look at it now. So it should be E, E, G, E, D, C, B, E, G, E, G, E, C, D, C, B. Yeah. My singing's terrible. All right, so that's looking good. So it should be E, long E, short E, G, short G, E, D, C, B, long E, tap E, G, E, D, C, B. So it should be E, long E, E, G, E, D, C, B. Pretty much. All right, let's see, check on this. And then, so every time I shut off the button, it resets the song. So that way it's easy to test the parts. All right, good. So that's looking pretty good. There's a bad stutter on this E. It's supposed to go E, tap E again. It doesn't. So let's see why it's not tapping the E again. So I'm missing the second tap on the E on the first set here. So that's my E's. So it should be, this should be E, the first long hold E, which should go for 10. This is why right here. Okay. So some screwy with this. What's my top number here? 1620. How did this get screwed up? That's interesting. That's interesting. This got screwed up. So the E is the first note. This should be playing off of... Yeah, this got screwed up here. So that should be 1620. So high threshold should be 1620. And then this should play for a full second, so it should be 1610. All right, and then, yeah, that should be, that's too long of a hold. Crap. So I can move this number. I can fix the whole number. That's fine. Because the rest of it's fine. It's just this section right here is kind of screwed. Let's see. I want 1/10 between. So where is this one? So 2 is good. So I want 1/10. So that's about, so 80. So this should go down to 81. And then this should be 10 above that. So this should be 1591. Okay, and then this here will make 1592. All right, let's try that. That way there'll be no delay in the start of the song either. But let that heat up. But this will be kind of fun doing this. You know, I'm not going to do a ton of songs, but like, especially like the riffs, the short little sections, the choruses of some of these are going to be reasonably easy to put together. Because once I kind of have this test platform and I have like, this is a, you know, this is going to be like 32 notes. I can put in a bunch of stuff. The riff was a piece of cake compared to this. The song gets quite complicated after a while, so. I'm trying to think of an easier way to set up the repeating sections, because it would just be nice. The nice thing is, like, when it does repeat, they're at the same rates, and so I can just move them and refigure the numbers. Like I was doing, like I was subtracting 60 from every number, and we were good because that part of the song starts 6 seconds after the first part of the song, so you can just subtract 60 from all those numbers, and then bingo, you're there. What the hell did it do to G? Alright, so the second section is beautiful. The first section's all dicked up now. What is it? So something with the connections where I connected them. So that's E's going to E's. Alright, this should be G's going to G's. This is why, right here, is this G got donkeyed. That shouldn't have done it. I don't know why that would have done it. So one thing we can do is, I know these are good, so like here I'll show you what I mean by, like, I should be able to just step these off. So like I should be able to take these numbers and then reconfigure them. And so let's see. So let's find the final number here. So the top one is the last note. So if we look at the last note on this one, it ends at 1548. And so what we would do is we'd see what the differential is. So we do 1548 minus 1488. So there's 60. So it's 6 seconds difference. So we would add 60 to all these and it should fix it. So we'll just add 60 to all these and it'll fix it. So that's going to be 1548. And let's see, 60 to that is going to be 57. Okay. 60 to this is going to be, let's see. I have 59. And then what's that? That's going to be 09. Okay, 60 to this. So that would be 6. 6, 6, okay. Did I dick up the numbers? How am I dicking up these numbers like this? Yeah, it should be just moving the whole number. Let me see. There, it's perfect for this particular set. So let me check it again. All right, so it's 60 off. It should be. Okay, let me try it. 60. So yeah, I was right. 1548. 1548. All right. So 1557. Okay. All right, 1559. 1609. Okay. I am screwing these up. All right, let's just. I'm having brain drain for this shit. Let's leave it for now. I'll play with it in a second. I can't think enough to do this. Let's go through meticulously one more friggin' time here. 1548. Yeah, see, this is where I'm screwing up here. Christ, I did it again. $15.09. Let's fix this one. That's right. That one's right. Okay. Just gonna do it with the calculator so I don't screw it up. My brain's not working well enough to be doing it right now. 1572. I'm converting it to minutes, which is not what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the problem. Is I'm converting it to minutes. So it should be 1575. It's not. It's in 100 counts, and so I'm converting it off of minutes, and that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. 9. 1605. Okay. So 9. 9. 7. 7. 8. 8. Okay. So let's plug this in. This should be working, right? This one. Famous last words, I know. This one, the scale's working fine on this one. It was the other ones that just are kind of wonky woo. Okay. All right, there we go. See, it would be nice if I could set up a threshold where I could do multiple thresholds in one. That's probably why a bunch of people do this with just Lua, but I don't want to do it, Lua. I probably set the top end wrong too. See, we have a whistle lit up already. Because it moves back and forth through these, so it goes all the way down, it repeats it on the low end, and it repeats it on the high end, and then you're playing low and high at the same time, so it's Alright, good. So that's working well, so we'll save that. Alright, nice. So, I don't think I'll play for too much longer, but I kind of want to get something kind of worked out. If you watched the live stream earlier today, I'm working on the intermodal system for mining. I just want to quickly sketch out an idea before I go to bed. It's kind of in my head, so I don't want to lose it. So let's actually take the container truck. Let's get rid of this. Do I I need anything else that's under here? I think that's exactly everything I need. Let me just quickly go under before I cut. I need more of that. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll go forward. We'll go to there. That has the control panel on it. Do I need anything else? I don't think I do. Step off a couple there. Step off a couple there. All right, so this here is essentially going to be the back of the miner right there. And then I need all the micros that run that. So let's see. Pretty much, I think all the microcontrollers except the engine micro. So that's all in here. So I think we're pretty good to cut the front off of this. Door panels, what are you? Your mirrors? Okay, good. So I might come back to this and cut some more stuff off it. But this is going to be the working bed of the back. All right, and let's try to see if I can get this to work with just what I've got hooked up here. Perfect. So this is everything I need here to get started on that build. So, because I don't want this to take forever. So, this here is the tilt table for the new miner. So that'll work out well. Beautiful. So let's save this as tilting table. All right, good. So tilting table, that's good. So I was kind of showing us some pictures earlier in the stream earlier today. Let's see, hook lift, forage harvesters. I like looking at the forage harvesters for some of these ideas for what I want to do for some of the vehicles in game. So like this is a forage harvester in FS22. And if you look here, you can see it's so it has a header on it. It will grind up corn, grass, any other forage. It spits it out in the back into a hook lift trailer. I'm going to do the tilting table trailer. And then, so essentially it'll be like this, but it's going to be set up for mining. So there are a bunch of versions of these. This is a real one. Here's a hook lift JD. This one's cool that hooks onto the back of trailers. So I might do a trailer one later, but essentially I want to kind of flesh out the miner a little bit so that when I stream tomorrow, I can just kind of work on it. So I think I'm going to do it. I don't know if I want to articulate. I don't think I do. I think it's going to be too complicated to do that. So let's look at something really quick so we can delete. I leave a bunch of this. You know what? A lot of this has drive in it as well. Let's leave some of this stuff. I'm trying to think of how this miner is going to work. So let's work on the header first. That's going to be kind of the pain in the ass is getting that header set up. So let's work on that for a second. All right, so we have a cold duct between the two drills like so. I think that's wide as I want the header. I don't want this machine to be absolutely enormous. Oh, come on, man. I'm just trying to think of the internal workings of this, so. And I'll route out the power for that later. Let's actually put the pivots on there. So we'll do power pivots. All right, so that'll be the rotation, and that will pass power through. Might do it the opposite way. I'm thinking I will. All right, so now that is going to be the header on this, I think. That's going to put a big swing in the back, so I might probably move the pivots back a little bit, I think. Let's move the pivots back. Yeah, let's do this. Ah, these have to be backwards too. Shit. Okay. All right, and then these can mate. There we go. All right, good. So that's kind of the that's going to be the header for this, and then I want to sit above it, and so I need it to be able to be articulable to the correct amount. So this needs a funnel. And then we need a hopper. Need to put it somewhere so I can move it. All right, there we go. All right, so we'll sit above this, so the wheels should probably go in here somewhere. I want big old Johnnies, so probably like 7s maybe. 7s look pretty good, I think. That's on the ground, so we'll try to keep that on the ground here. How's the width look? Width looks good on that. Okay, let's grab this port wheel here. That will get the steering correct. And then these should probably slide back one anyway. Back one's not going to matter, is it? Facing the right direction. I want it facing forward. I could do vacuum. Let's see if I can get a vacuum right on that. That could be neat. Because the vacuums are a new part that... Maybe we'll get that working here. Let's see. Let's try to play with the vacuum a little bit. Because I wonder if we can get the vacuum close enough to do what I need to do here. Because that can touch right up against it, and that's kind of its whole job, so... I can do a test on this. So this is kind of what, this vacuum could really come in handy. So let's try that. Where's the red section in this? And I'm gonna reattach it completely anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go throttle. And then this will attach to the two pivots there. And then I want to add a funnel here. And I want to articulate this in all positions and make sure that the vacuum will actually suck this out. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and get a toggle button going. And I want to see if I miss any coal is kind of the whole thing here. So it'll be vacuum and that, and then I want to be able to articulate it. So then fill these up with coal. All right, good. The axles didn't get merged or something. Yeah, the axles need to be merged to the green section. That's the benefit of the vacuum, though. Because I can move this back and then put the vac on the back, too, if I need to. Hello, Amanda. How are you? Oh, thank you, thank you. All right, let's go ahead and we'll test this out really quickly. So what I want to make sure is that it dumps out of the duct the whole time that I rotate it. Why is it not? Oh, it needs to be a hopper on the end. That's why. Okay, let's put a hopper on the end. Thought it could suck from ducts, though. Can it not? It says from ducts and hoppers. Huh. Interesting. But why is it not vacuuming that out? Coal is on. So it should suck coal. These are full of coal. Why does the vacuum not like it? Is the question. The vacuum doesn't want to... Make sure I also have the funnel pushing too. I do. So the funnel selected and that's selected. Why not? Let's check. Infinite electricity is good. Because the vacuum would solve a lot of the problems that we have here. The vacuum is actually a good addition because if this works, before we had to like toss the coal onto a lower level to get it to go, this we shouldn't have to do it with the vacuum, so. Why are you not vacuuming anything, guy? Oh, shit. Come on. Act the fool, friggin' Christ. Let's change this up so this doesn't dick us. So it's touching. I don't know why it's not vacuuming coal. Could be too close. The duct in the funnel is open. The vac on this is open. Does it have to go to a duct first to store it? You might have to pre-store it, which isn't a big deal. See if it has to pre-store it. Make sure this one's empty. It is, okay. Alright, so it's working. It just needs a duct. Alright, good. Perfect. That's really helpful. Because what was annoying before is we'd have to have this drop from this level down to another level. Funnel required 2 spaces. The vacuum is a cool addition for that. Let's cut that off, and then... So, like, this, I hopefully should be able to articulate this and still have the vac work. So, for example, there's nothing in there. We turn it on. Starts pulling coal. And then as I rotate this, I'm hoping that it will continue to pull coal even as I angle this. And it looks like it's doing it. So now, that's really good. This is a use for the vacuum that I think is very important. Is it allows us to make these... we can bend the ducting now, which we used to not be able to do. So the vacuum essentially lets us bend the ducting, which that's really cool. That's a cool thing. So, again, a feature that some people are like, "Oh, what is that?" And it's like, it's actually pretty useful. Yeah, that's actually pretty damn neat. All right, good. So that will go like that. Let's cut here. The axles can go down. Okay. So that's kind of the axle position I'm thinking on this. And then, so what we want to do is we want to put on the... this intermodal container here. So the intermodal goes on like this. And so we need to be able to spit far enough to get on there. All right, nice. So let's go ahead and we'll cut this stuff here. This also would be kind of cool for a combine. You know, if they ever add some farming stuff. All right, and then what I'm trying to think the logistics of this. So let's go right here. But yeah, the vacuum is like, that's cool, man. The vacuum is actually a really good addition as far as I'm concerned now that I kind of see some of the things you can do with it. That's really helpful. This, we're going to have to reimagine this here for a second. So like, if you wanted to do a bend in your pipe, which is exactly what we're doing here, is this was a struggle before to bend the pipe at all. Now, with this vacuum, I should be able to do it. Okay, there we go. And where I want to rotate at the funnel, I'm thinking. At the vacuum, rather. I had it right the first time. Yeah, I had it right the first time. I was counting correctly. Okay. All right, so what the plan here is going to be, we're going to try to send this all the way through to the back. I need a new toggle. So, like, I can get rid of this vac here. No, this vac has to stay because it's a point of articulation. So let's get a toggle. Nice. This is really cool. This is, I love the new vacs. This is super helpful because, like, the ducts were a pain in the ass. Now they're kind of, this is good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave coal just in the front. We're going to cut the coal out of the back on all of these. And then this is currently full of coal. We're going to empty this out of coal. And so what we'll do is we'll make sure all the coal from the front go where the drills are goes all the way to the back. Like so. All right, let's check the toggle. Toggles all three. This goes there, that goes there. Okay, so, all right, we're going to mine. So we load up our intermodal. I'm going to click the connect here. Theoretically, there we go. So that should connect. All right, that's connected now to the trailer. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to tip this down. So that should probably step out one more. It works. So now, before, this was a huge pain in the ass. So those, like, the people who haven't, like, played with this vac too much, it used to be a huge pain in the ass because you had to put on a funnel which needed an extra space. So you had to have a 2-gap. And then you needed to put something underneath it to drop in to change direction. So it made a lot of levels. Now with that vac, we don't have to do all that. So now the coal's in the front. So let's go ahead and turn it on. There we go. It feeds right into the back. That's awesome. Yeah, the vacs are a huge benefit. That's super cool. And I don't even need it to be that tall. I could probably drop it one level. It's going to move back one anyway, so I could probably definitely drop it a level. But so, like, this machine will go along drilling. The engine will be in the middle here, low. You'll drive up to the ore and you'll start drilling. You'll sit up in a cab that's above all this. So you'll sit up nice and high. And you'll go driving. And the engine's going to be under here, which this used to be a big pain in the ass to put an engine under here if you were doing multiple levels to get the ore to move properly. So this is really, really good. That's a huge improvement with vacuums. It really is. That is huge. Awesome. I'm excited about this now. That's like one of those small updates that, like, until you go look at it, it's like, it doesn't seem that big. And it's like the people were whining that, oh, the fishing update was small. It's like, you know, sure, but, like, people also asked for them to do smaller updates because, you know, they were struggling to get them out bug-free, and so they do it, and then some of the same people were bitching about it. It's like, but we got some cool parts we can use for other things that also work with fishing. So I think it was a good update overall. All right, so we'll move that back like so. That'll give us a little space. And then we'll cut down a level. Because, like, see, if you watch here, that funnel needs a 2-gap on it, so that added to, like, the space even more. All right, and that makes that dong not so big on the back, which is kind of cool. All right, so let's see. Will that, see, like, oh, see, we're even hitting the trailer because I didn't energize it. Let's energize it here. So nice. So because of the vac now, I can get much shorter swings on this too. So 0.63. And there we go, baby. So that's really good. Like, I could even probably do even less. Let's see. I got a couple sitting on top, but, like, I could put in something to make these fall correctly. Yeah, I gotta do something about that. I'll just angle it so that they fall correctly. I wonder how wide they are. I could count them out. They're lining up pretty good there, but that is like a big update. That's a big improvement. It really is. So, like, this will drive along. You'll be able to mine. So you'll drop this down. Catch up on chat here while I'm working. That's all right, Amanda. I'll catch up with you when you can, too. Change the hopper weight. Big fan. I was talking about that during today's earlier stream, or yesterday's. Now it's past midnight. But like this is you see how many hoppers I have in the back here for Rocket Goose. This is now possible. They were super duper heavy before, and so it made doing any sort of crane work with hoppers really tough. Let's go 0.6. Can I go 0.6 on that? 0.6, I think, on that might work. So this is, I think, a real big improvement, the hopper weight decrease. So if you weren't sure, if you didn't know what that was, they decreased the weight of the hoppers. It's much, much better now so that we can, we can actually lift the hoppers. They were so friggin' heavy before that you really couldn't do much with them. Now, like, all this intermodal stuff that I worked on today is possible now because of that hopper weight. So I'm a big fan of the hopper weight change. All right, so this will drill. We'll drive along, drive along. The vacs are great, though. The vacs let me change directions multiple times here without any problems. It's beautiful. So, like, you can envision the cab's going to be here. We'll put some facade on the sides, some wheel wells. And then, the power connections will come through here to power the drills with the engine, the main engine. Engine's going to go under here. We'll have 7s in the front, and we'll have these 4, those 3s, big 3s. And then so what will happen is when it's time to transfer this, so once this is full, we go ahead and we drop it. Why is it not grabbing at this point? Okay, there it is. It's grabbed now. All right, and so once that's full, we drop it in place. All right, and so this gets dropped, and then now let's say, so one of the trucks is going to run containers down to the train or to the facility, and then so a truck would bring up an empty, and so once we have an empty, you would connect onto the empty. So you just you would drop your full one, you would grab the empty. And then you, why is this getting hung up? This wasn't hanging at all before. There we go. All right, so now this will slide on to the back like so. And then now we're good to go again. So now imagine that's an empty. Bingo. This goes out. And then bingo, we start going again. So we start drilling again. So it should keep the downtime to a minimum. That's really, really good. This is better than I could have imagined with the vacuums. The vacuums are really helpful. They are super duper helpful. So this should work well as a mining machine because it, by being intermodal like this, it just lets me quickly change out containers, put in a new container, put in a new container, put in a new container, and then we're off to the next site. So I think it's gonna be really cool. I think I can't remember if it's with them full or not. To put it into perspective, this one here holds 672, I think, coal or whatever. And before, this would have been impossibly heavy to lift. Like, I had tons of cranes that were just struggling. Now I can easily pick this up with a crane. So it just makes it much more usable, I find. All right, so, like, this is going to be a cool machine. This is also, like, when some of us are talking about, like, it would be cool to have a farming update. Like, imagine all they'd have to do is switch out the drills for, like, a farming header. So you could have, like, a corn header. You could have a reel. And it would do the exact same thing. Like, the big thing that makes these things possible for the devs to be able to do is it's not new mechanics. It's re-skinned mechanics with minor changes. So, for example, you put a different part that essentially does what a drill does. So if you kind of know how the system works now with ore, you drill ore and then it grows back, right? You could do the same thing with a crop, right? You like, let's say the devs don't even want to where is it? I think it's up around Holt. Let's say the devs don't want to actually let us plant because it's just the game. Let's say the game can't do it, okay? Let's say they can't get the game to make us plant, okay? They don't need to. All they have to do is do more of these farms like this. And so here's a real basic farm. Now, they could put in a crop, right? We've had foliage before. And so essentially all they have to do is if you go up to, say, the coal mine and you look at the coal ore, all they'd really have to do is essentially take coal ore and reskin it to be like wheat or corn. And so they'd reskin it, and it would do the same thing. The difference would be, as you can see, this is visual, right? You can see the coal ore, and you would change this so that it looks like corn or wheat. And it would be tall like corn or wheat. And as you mine this, it disappears a little bit at a time, and then it will slowly regrow. And so what I would do if I were them is I would make it so that if it's between X month and X month, it will regrow. If it's not, say it's the winter, it won't regrow. And then it will regrow much slower than the ores regrow. So what do? This is a very familiar mechanic. We already have machines that could even be retrofitted. So let's say this is corn. So you have the same machine I just made, but you put a corn head on it. As you drive over the corn will disappear just as this ore disappears. And then after a certain amount of time, it will start to regrow. And it goes through regrowth stages. Likely the way they're doing this is, let's say this is 100%, right? At 90%, let's say this rock disappears, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And the rest are still here. So that's growth stage 2. Let's say 9. And then you keep drilling, it will go down to 8. And so more of these rocks will disappear. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you're at 1, it's 0 coal visible. And you can do the same thing with corn. As you go over the patch of corn, you would have the whole area full. And then as you go over it, it would go 10% fewer corn stalks, 10 more, 10 more, 10 more until there's no corn left. And then slowly, let's say a few days of in-game time during the season, you'll get back to growth stage 1, where it's a bunch of corn, but they're short, And then once you wait to growth stage 10, you can go harvest the corn again. So I think that would be kind of a cool way they could do it. And so they wouldn't really have to make it so that we could plant. Would it be cool if we could plant? Of course. But I think it's an added mechanic. So maybe I'll do a video on that. I think that would be kind of cool. But that's how they could easily add it with in-game mechanics that are already here. Like, here's your field, and it would have the corn, and you don't have to buy it or anything else. You just get your farm equipment. You drive out here. You go back and forth, back and forth. You now have corn. You dump it into trucks, and you go sell it somewhere. And then after a certain number of in-game days, all the corn is going to be regrown. And so what do? You come back, go zip, 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 and you get corn again. I think that would be really cool. Where do you mine uranium? A couple places here. You mine uranium at... where is it? Mass holes right here. Right here. Britzilla uranium mine. You can go in here. It's all underground here or down the mass hole shaft. And then Cavern of Thales, I believe, has it as well. Where is Cavern of Thales? Cavern of Thales has uranium in it, I believe. They did a reasonable job of this where, if you don't have Industrial Frontier, you can still do some mining, you can still do some coal mining, and then this is Cavern of Thales in here, and there should be uranium on the walls, I believe. I think it's in here. There's uranium. Yeah, right here. There's uranium right there on the walls. So, Cavern of Thales, there's uranium. Some people are complaining about, you gotta do X, Y, Z to, you gotta have a submarine, or you gotta dive for the uranium in the Cavern of Thales. It's like, or you could just buy the DLC. It's like, they're already giving you the ability to do what the DLC is all about for free. I don't think it's unreasonable to say, hey, you want the regular easy island, just, pay the $9. That keeps the game alive. But that's really cool. So that's how I think they could add farming to this to be really simple. I think they could do some things, for example, that would be kind of easy. Let's say fertilizer. So if you spray fertilizer on the field, it causes the crop to grow faster. Maybe let's say if you don't fertilize, it will only go to growth stage 8 instead of 10. So you lose 20% of the value, of the amount, essentially. I think that would be a cool way to do it. Cultivate, same thing. you know, if you cultivate, it deletes the corn. So what you would want to do is cultivating, let's say, gives you a growth stage. So fertilizing gives you 2. So let's say you can only go to 5 if you do nothing. So if you do nothing, you get corn goes up to 5. So in, say, 1 square meter, you get 5 corn. Okay. Let's say then you, before the corn grows, beginning of the season, you cultivate. So they have a special part. It's a cultivator. You hook it on. You can make as big of a cultivator, as small of a cultivator as you want. Hook it on your tractor. And then you drive over the field. Well, that will get you up to growth stage 6. Okay. Then if you fertilize, you can get up to growth stage 7. If you weed, 8. And so it'll give you a reason to go through and do a bunch of these things. Then we could make crop dusters. We could fly over and dust it for fertilizer. Let's say you do a pesticide pass. That gives you a growth stage. So maybe you need to do 5. You know, it grows up to a 5 naturally. But to get it up to a 10, you need to do 5 more things to get it up to that 10. And then you can decide if it's worth it or not. But this, I think, is going to be really cool. This is already, like, setting up to be really cool. Probably won't stay on for too long. But yeah, so this is setting up really well to be a kind of a cool vehicle. So engine will go in under here. So let's kind of put a little bit of fender wells on this, and then we'll kind of see where we're going to be at here with that. Yeah, so this kind of informs the size of it, but like this could work just as easily as a piece of farming equipment. That's the kind of the cool thing is, you know, we can kind of convert our stuff to be like that. You know, the ideas still work the same essentially for making these things, from miners to farming vehicles. It's just, you know, you're essentially getting a different crop, and one of them is ore, one of them is farm stuffs. Okay, what is this? This is drive shaft. What is that about? What is this pipe here? Fuel. Okay, that's fuel. All right. That is fuel. Okay, good to know. All right, so that's got a setup for, you know, that will be, the drive shaft will run the front wheels and these 4 in the back. And then the engine compartment's going to be in here. So essentially, let's grab that, and then let's see. Do a couple frame rails. Here are the regular frame rails, so let's bring up these regular frame rails. And they'll go right there like that. All right, so there are the regular frame rails going in. And so the engine will go in here. This used to be impossible, or, you know, this used to be much less, used to be much more impractical to do something like this. It's much easier now with these vacuum pieces. That's why I'm kind of thrilled with the vacuum pieces right now. Is it used to be very difficult to get those to, like, work correctly. So I'm kind of glad that they did what they did with that. All right, so that's going to be like the engine compartment in there. All right, that's kind of the headache rack there going across with lights and posts. And then I just want to kind of flesh out the... so the drive system's going to just come back and go in, so we'll essentially just go like this. And then that will be where we plumb in the drive for the drills. So the drills will run off the main engine. All right, and then we'll put a deck plate in here. So this is kind of where the beginning of the driver's cab is in there. So we'll kind of do that. Maybe we'll bring it all the way back here. That's kind of the top where the driver's cab is going to be. Let's kind of flesh out a driver's cab. I'll bring up to this forage harvesters. Forage. So instead of a hook lift, I'm just doing the sliding table. So look at a couple of these pictures. I just kind of want to see what the cabs are. I really like this one. As you can kind of see, engines in the back there. Ours is going to be underneath here. Deer, the engine's in the back right there. Of course, they can move, like, they have a tiny, like, you see how thin this duct is? That's, they're blowing air and the crop through here. So, of course, they can get it much thinner than we can. So, I'm just kind of looking at some of these cabs. So, pretty forward cab, a little bit rounded out. This one, I like this one's a little on the square side. I really want to make this at some point. This one will just hook up to a regular trailer I already have. And so it will put a fifth wheel on the back. So instead of the tilt table, it will just have a fifth wheel. And so a truck will bring up an empty trailer. This will drop the trailer, and then, you know, you'll hook up to another one. I think that would be really cool to do as well. Here's a forage harvester in Farming Sim with the just the pickup head on it. Here's one with the trailer, pulling the trailer. You know, so there's one with it tipping the trailer. So it's kind of cool. I like that setup quite a bit, so... Just kind of looking at the cab, how we want to make this cab. All right, so let's start with... let's go 3s across. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Let's see, do we go... Maybe try this. I might make it a little bit wider. We'll see. I don't really have much of a step here, so we might just go up here into it. I kind of have to see how I want to do the step up. So I might move it out a block. We'll see. I'm going to do flat pane glass, if I could speak, would be great. 3-3 here. Be Pat branded. Let's see. Let's do it 3 wide. Let's not pussyfoot around here. I'll probably step the cab back, but I just kind of want to have it so I can put it where I want to put it. Kind of want to see if I want to put standoffs in here. Kind of do, I think. Let's see how this looks when I get done with it. I'll probably step it back a little bit too. Yeah, I don't want to right up there. I might move it back a little bit. We'll see. Now, I can sculpt this in here too, so that one can work. Put some eyebrows on it. I decide if I want to step it up one more. I might. I think I do. Makes it hard to put on. Makes it kind of hard to put in lights and stuff, but then go back on the back side of it. And then we'll do a ladder in the back right here. We'll go up and then behind the cab. So let's see, what do I want to do? Probably 2 bangers in the back, I'm thinking. Yeah, 2 bangers in the back, I think. See how tall I made this in here? I want to be tall enough to stand up in. What are we at there? We're at 6. Do a little bit of a crouch in here. It's not the end of the world. I don't want to do a crouch out the back here, so I need to measure this. That is 6. Okay. I'm going to increase that a little bit. So let's see. Let's do 2, 1, 2. Perfect. That's at the height of that. Do we step it back? So give us more engine room too. And then I'm trying to think how I want to treat these. See what the back looks like here. So, am I going to put the door? I want to put a railing on there, so I need at least 2 gap there to be able to fit the railing in there. So it's kind of what I'm thinking there. Okay. Will you not drag? Please drag sideways. Thank you. So they have windows all the way to the floor on some of these. Let me bring that back up. Just kind of get a little inspiration on some of this. Like they're going all the way to the floor with the glass, so I need to segment it a little bit to kind of get that in there. Might do smaller bezels on there. So what I might even do is overhang this. What I might do is overhang this and then do backward facing glass, I think. It's gonna bite me in the ass here. Putting in those posts. Yeah, it bites me in the ass putting in the posts, so I'm gonna get rid of them. Might be able to drop the roof line if I do this. I don't like how small the bezels are on some of this stuff. It's kind of gross to me. But we'll see. We'll see what I can get in here. Work with it a little bit. It's the wrong one. Where the hell's the 3 by? I will step it up 1, and then I think I can cut out some of the top here. Which one do I want here? This one? No. What the hell is it? Which one am I looking for here? This one. Digging on that. A pain in the ass to get the glass in over here, though. It is a mining vehicle, so it doesn't really need to be as like visible as like farming equipment, I guess. Kind of want to keep it a little bit glassy in here. That 1x2 screws me if I want to do that, though. Let's cut these out. Can I get this rotated correctly, please? It's gotta go out of there. Fix it. That's the only problem, is that thickens this up like a mother doing that. Kind of defeats the purpose of having all this glass. We're gonna balls it up like that. Thicken that. It's better, yeah. That can't be there. Okay, that's fine. We'll work on that later. Put a seat in here, see if how high the glass actually has to be. See how ridiculously big that cab is if we can shrink it a little. Got good space for shrinking it, so. Yeah, I could shrink it down that much and be fine. Just kind of like step into the cab. We got good visibility all around. That's good. And then on these posts, I could push the glass to the outside and then use these posts for controls on the posts. So I can push that glass outside. That'll work. Let's cut out. Put in header glass in here. Let's try to cut this out. And we can put overhead controls in the ceiling too. We got plenty of ceiling space for that. So. Might put angle glass in the top. I don't know. Maybe I just don't put glass in there at all and see what that looks like. So walk in, yeah, we can walk in, put some overhead gauges in there, some overhead stuff in there. Yep, that looks good. I like that. Good viz on that. Be able to control this. Probably put round steering on it, so might put some steering in the rear wheels too. I don't know. We'll see. Should be able to get these front wheels to turn pretty tight too, so that should be helpful. Here, let's do something real quick. And I think I'm gonna go to bed. Go AD. WS. And then the engine will go under here. Brakes on? Brakes are probably on in the rear. Yeah, I'll disconnect the brakes for now. kind of like a forage harvester for mining. Often the miners have rear steer, but you know, like forages and stuff have rear steer. They also will do round. They'll also do articulated, so could theoretically make it articulated, but I don't know. Not really steering that well in one direction here. Theoretically, could do articulated. But there's going to be nothing in those tires, so we should be able to steer nice and tight in the front here. I just need, it's also, there's most of the weight's in the rear, so that's probably why we're having a steering problem, is I got a lot of weight in the rear. And so that will get more weight in the front later. But that's kind of the fleshed out version of the miner. So like somebody will run the miner here. The header could probably go down a block too. And then so this will drive around mining, filling up the rear. Then you'll get out. You'll you know, probably move the controls into the actual cabin, and then you'll be able to drop that full when that gets full, and then you'll be able to. Somebody will drop you an empty. You'll pick up the empty, and then you'll keep going. So it'll be kind of a good way to do it. So we'll do multiplayer mining with the members. Yeah, I think the operator cab came out good. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. So yeah, so this is kind of I think this will work well for mining. And go to all the different mining ops and pretty much run it pretty well. And yeah, so I think I'll drop that header down at least a couple blocks. At least probably one block maybe. And then put the engine in there. And then we're pretty gold on this. Put some ladder to get in the back. I might shorten the wheelbase of the front. The front doesn't need to be sticking out that much. You see we have quite a bit of area to put an engine in there. Engine's going to probably go under the duct, so it might back that up and make it even a little bit shorter. That will help with the wheelbase. No, not now. I'm going to bed here in a second. No, not now. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed here in a second here. But yeah, so this should work well. And then these intermodal ore containers that I have in the back there will go. They go to any you know, they'll go on most, you know, they can go on trains, they can go on trucks, they can go on this. You know, they can go on ships. They're the same footprint as a regular container, so they'll be able to go anywhere. They're easily craneable. They dump from the bottom, so we'll be able to do that. The train car I made earlier today will make it so that I can dump at the ore facility. So I think that was a good good to get this fleshed out. Then tomorrow's stream we'll work on this more. I think it probably doesn't even need rear steering. Like, I'm able to maneuver this pretty well. It's going to need some weight in the front, but that's about it. It's running the rear wheels as drive wheels and the front wheels as drive wheels. So I'll kind of just, you know, then we have plenty of space for an engine in there. Probably it won't need a big engine. Like a lot of people, like throw a 3x3 in there. I've never thrown a 3x3 in a land vehicle, I don't think, except a train. You know, if that could be considered a land vehicle. You know, with the right gearbox, the problem is they want to go 95 miles an hour in something that should be going 60. Something like this should at most be going like 25, 30 miles an hour. And you should be trailering it in. And so, like, you know, probably when we do multiplayer, I'll even bring it in with an add-on. I'm not even going to bring it up there. But this would go in on a trailer. You know, you wouldn't be, you know, and then if I want tighter steering, which I don't really need, like, that's pretty damn good. And again, I'll shorten the wheelbase. That cab is pretty good, and I'll move it back. You know, like the cab can move back pretty much all the way up to this funnel. And that means all of this can move back. So let's actually just do that real quick. Like, so let's say that is where it's gonna end right there, and then I'll put a window on here and a door. And then let's see, let's move this whole section back. And then we have to kind of cut it at the ducts. So let's see if I can lose 2 ducts. Should be able to lose 2 ducts, I think. And we'll cut frame rails. Cut that. So I'm thinking like that. I'll shorten that wheelbase up a little bit, and then I want enough space that I can get in here. So what I probably will actually do is let's cut there. And then this roof is a little bit oversized. This roof will cut in. We'll have it go all the way right to there. Yeah, I don't want it that thin, so like right there, I'm thinking for the rear door. And we need 2 ladder segments to climb. Kind of a pain. So this can go vertical. I don't need that to be sticking like it is. That can go there. Got a fender well there. $90 on there. End segment. Where's the end segment? Right there. Yeah, think of the duct, how the duct's gonna turn. Let's add these ducts back to make sure these don't get ballsed up. All right, that's good where it is. You suck. I forgot it's gonna do that to me too, huh? Yeah, it's gonna do that to me with the railing. It's not gonna like the railing there. Because it wants 3 for the ladder segment. You son of a bitch. Could not double it. That would help. Alright, let's take off symmetry for a second. Let's cut the railing on this side. Let's do no railing on this side. I have to move a 1 to the right, but we can do that. Kind of nice to get some of this heavy lifting done tonight, and then I had this on my mind, so I was like, let's do it now. Give me a pain in the balls the whole evening there, guy. Yeah, it's got to be moved over 1, so it's not that bad. Ah, you're gonna hit the duct, you son of a bitch. Alright, that's not gonna work if it hits the duct. Problem is, I gotta go 2 for a step or a ladder to work. I really don't want to extend the fender wells more than that, though. Here, let's do this. I can't go in because of the ducting. This needs to be deleted. That's why it's not letting me pull a block there. See, it's gonna. I'm not gonna be able to get a door, the right door in there if I go up like that. Ladders, a pain in the balls. Problem's got to, okay, that's got to be 2, so that's got to be there like that. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. That means a railing. I got to go 1 more on the fender wells. I'm going to put a railing in there. I really don't want to do that far on the fender wells. So let's see. We do it without a railing. Then OSHA's going to call us, but that's the least of our concerns. Climb up on this John, see how that works. What the fuck was that? It forced my feet in the ground. That's annoying. That's annoying when it does that shit. Here, let's do this. The fuck did I just cut? Do dummy thick fenders on this. All right. That's still not going to matter because I have to do a gap on it. Finish this up, and then we'll go to bed. Okay, so that's fine. That's gonna go in the outward position, but is that gonna make the gap? I don't know. Can't tell if it's gonna make the gap or not. All right. Trying to see. Let's see if we'll make the gap. It's gotta have at least a one gap on there to finish, fill the gap there. Can't rotate anymore that way. don't need a 4 wide either. I'll fix that later, but be 3 wide. Trying to do some concept. Do one thing, and then I gotta go. Gotta go. Alright, so that will stow vertical like so. What's it hitting? It's the 1x2s are hitting block underneath. Are they? Yeah, they're hitting block underneath, but and then it's gonna be gapped. So I'll work it out tomorrow, but it's in a good state. So let's do this. Let's see. All right, mining harvester. All right, good. So that's good. I just kind of had that on my mind, so I figured I'd do that. We'll see you later, Tripper. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go myself here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll thank the members. So a little bit of a weird late night stream here. Just figured I was gonna work on the 7 Nation Army thing, and kind of got going with that. So thank you to Side Mountain, Connor Bull, Danny, Sergeant Chaos, Aaron Pearsall, Rasmus Johnson, Citrus, Anton Anderson, Zachy, Amanda VR. Thank you guys for being members. Thank you to Chicken Store for being a patron. If you guys are interested in becoming a member or a patron, you can check the description below. If you're watching on Twitch, you can go ahead and if you use your Prime subscription, you can subscribe to me on there if you don't use it for anyone else. Let's see. I think that's about it. So thank you guys. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. And if you liked the video, please like it. That helps me out. So I will see you guys later. And